All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We are waiting for that Fed meeting minutes, 2 p.m. The chatter afterwards. So the market's definitely been consolidating this morning, But we come in and we trade the same exact plan over and over and over again. And that's exactly what we like to do. So today, the purpose of this is I want to show you simply how we can trade, and I need to get this on the right screen here, how we can trade and use a repeatable process and pattern that continuously plays out over and over and over again, right? So with that being said, what we like to do is we like the market to tell us what to do, how to react, and push forward. I needed to switch to Zoom over. A lot of people left already for the day just so I could write on the screen so I can annotate, right? So you can kind of see that, I believe. Yeah, you can see that. All right, perfect. So anyway, we day trade, we swing trade, and we invest. Today was, like I said, not ideal, but we're still able to navigate some profits, and I'm going to show you exactly how. So give me 10 minutes. I'll break down exactly what we do, why we do stuff, and how we do it with this same repeatable pattern and process over and over and over again. So let me make this a little bit bigger here so you can see. All right, first chart. Find the smiley face on the chart, right? Let me make that a lot bigger. And what we're looking for is two simple patterns. We're looking for a red candle on a pivot. Our Swingmaster Pro trend does help us out a lot. My goal is to get one or two winning trades, especially for the new folks to come in the first 30 to 45 minutes of the day, right? So how that looks here on ES, we see this right here. Our candles are red, but we're between two pivots, right? And when this candle come down and hit this pivot, we call it a breakdown right there. And guess what? There's an easy 100 to 200 bucks on that trade right there for us to go risk free. Then the candles transition from red to green up here on this pivot, and then the next one gets smaller, so we bring our entry line down, call this trade out right here. Here is another in 4 minutes. Here is another profitable winning trade, right? Then a lot of people were done. We just simply weren't getting no follow through. We expected some chop. If you came over and took this one and took the breakdown, you simply got stopped out right there for a loss if you took it, right? And then if you took the breakout right there, now you got a winner. So there's a 75% win rate right there on those trades. However, the first two I called, and I said, man, I'm done for the day, because we know historically the market's going to kind of stay flat up until that big news event at 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? So today I called out the first two trades. If you took two more, right, you would have encountered a loss followed by a winner, trading the same plan and pattern and setup over and over and over again, right? And that's just on ES. A lot of people come now to where the star's at, right? They're able to navigate and crush the markets. This one actually blessed us a lot, right? Our candles are red. We took a pivot break to the downside right here. And here you go. From 610 down here to 65. That right there is 50 NQ points, give or take, 45 NQ points in your favor. Could you have gotten 10 or 20, maybe even 30 of those points? Absolutely, you could have, right? Then price bounces up, comes back down, called out a second pivot break right there, and we got a green bag. Like I said, the first 30 to 45 minutes of the day, you got two winners on ES, you got two winners on NQ. Obviously, if you took another trade, you could have taken a breakdown there. You could have taken another breakdown right there. High probability trades here. We trade the same system, same pattern, same setup over and over and over again. And that is what true professional trading is, in my opinion, right? Now, coming down here to the third futures chart we talked about was right here where this star is at now. This is CL, right? CL futures. And same pattern setup. Price candles are red. They come back and touch it. Called a breakdown right here at 90. And it hit a low of 78. There is 12 CL points right there. I got stopped out with 6 of them. So on those trades right there, the trades here, the 2 trades here, and the 1 trade there, 5 trades for me. What we called out in the room today was about a $700 day for me on the futures side. So Not $1 million, but 700 bucks. We good on that one, right? Now, I do trade options as well. We're going to see Tesla right here come to where the Mario star is right there, the box. Everybody knows that the power box that you buy right there. Right here, we on this chart, right? And coming into the market, the candles are red right there. We called a breakdown, and in less than 5 minutes, this thing went from basically 446 down to 444, $2 and change, give or take on the share side in 2 minutes. That's a good base hit, right? I can't help that it happened that fast. But then, had you have taken this whole candle kind of was too large. Then this next red one was definitely too large. But you could have taken a pivot breakdown on this one and check it out. That's another base hit right there for Tesla. You know, we trade, like I said, I'm going to tell you all the time, the same plan, the same setup over and over and over again. Inside of our mastermind, no, we do have different techniques and different patterns that one could trade. And the reason why is because we simply have different risk preferences as each individual, and you got to kind of understand what the different, I like to say, trading vehicles do, so that they can really resonate with what you're trying to accomplish. What do I mean by that? Well, some people are more risky, other people are not as risky, and that's totally fine, right? That is totally fine. So you got to trade into your strengths as an individual, and that's what I enjoy doing, putting different individuals on their own trading paths using the same tools over and over and over again, right? So that's kind of what we did right there. The next options trade we took, we have a lotto system we call, right? These are our custom scanners that we do use. You see this AI lotto down here? We use this option strike. We got loaded up to 6780s today, right down there. And if we broke down, right? If we broke to the upside, we got loaded up the 68, I think it was 75 or 6880 calls today. We don't ever know what's going to happen. We're on a 15-day win streak, but today the candles were red. Ended up taking a breakdown right here, as you can see where my levels were, and check it out. Boom, price comes down. It's not a grand slam, but it went from 31 down here to 24 in less than 5 minutes. That was enough to generate almost $200 per every one contract, right? And what's powerful about this system is that we have about a 75% advantage to get 50 to 100% ROI winners. Obviously today, you wouldn't have done that today simply because with the Fed news, you know, but on a typical day, the power of AI and our system that we have gives us those probabilities over time. So, and that right there is how easy day trading can be, you know, same plan, repeatable process over and over and over again. Now, you could take the same system that I just shown you, and we're going to put on Amazon, because I try to do something different every single day, and I'm going to put on the daily time frame. And I'm going to show you a simple, repeatable process and pattern that one could take simply right here. If I told you you could take a green candle, green arrow, like this chart right here, or a red candle, red arrow, like this chart right there, and get expansion or in either direction over the next couple days, is that something that you could resonate with? Well, maybe, maybe not, you know, but I'm here to show you the power, right? The power of what we do collectively and how we do it together, right? So check it out. Green candle, green arrow. This price expand up over the next couple days. Yup. You could say the share price is 205. In 2 days, it goes to 209. That's 4 points of movement in your favor over 2 days. Guess what? With 4 weeks of expiration time, let me ask you this. If you were up 25% ROI, is that an opportunity for you to go risk-free? Absolutely. If you said no, what are you looking for? Are you looking for 1,000%? And if you are, that's why a lot of people fail at trading, in my opinion. We have unlimited opportunities for the rest of our life. You got to be able to take profits and pay yourself. And the only way that I wouldn't take profits, or I'm sorry, the only way that I wouldn't take a trade is if we're coming up to the earnings, right? So you can see we have these E's right here, right? The day before earnings, I wouldn't take. The day before earnings, I wouldn't take that trade because we don't know what's going to happen with the earnings. All right. So anyway, let's play this out. We're going to start right over here. Let me kill these alerts. What, May? So we're going to say May. Let me see the first trade. Yep, May, June, July. That's about 6 months. All right. So over the 6 months, let's see what the probability would give us if we stayed consistent with our trade. Here's a green candle, green arrow, 1-0, 2-0. This right here doesn't look like much, but 215 to 218, that was $3. You're going to be up 15 to 30% right there. There's 3 winners, there's 4 winners, there's 5, 6, 7. This one's before earnings, so we wouldn't take. We're still 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, 11-0, 12-0, 13-0. Oh, here's a loser, 13-1. Red candle, red arrow, 14-1. Oh, here's another loser, 14-2. This red candle, red arrow, 15-2. This green candle, green arrow, 16-2. This one right here went from 248. Next day it was at 250. What did you say? 16-2. Let me just double check. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. We want to take in that one. 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, 11-0, 12-0, 13-0, 13-1, 14-1, 14-2, 15-2, 16-2. We'll just count as a loser. 16-3. And then green candle, green arrow. We're getting one today. 16-3. So over the last 6 months, we had 16. I messed that up. 16 winners and 3 losses for a total of 19 total trades. So 16 winners divided by 3, or the 19 total trades, because we have 3 losses. 16 winners out of 19 total trades. That's an 84% probability. Is that an odds or an advantage that you feel that you'd have an edge over time? Absolutely. And the probability says 85.6. We're right on par. We're probably going to get a strew of a couple more winners. But one common thing I tell people, when you trade, you don't need to hold for the grand slam, because we always have an unlimited amount of contracts or opportunities to take. And over time, we could scale up to make more money. Oh, I felt a sneeze coming. I'm sorry. Bless me, right? So that's how we swing trade. But that is just one way that we swing trade inside of our mastermind, right? We have selling options techniques. We have momentum swing trade techniques that we trade. And that's just what we do. We do it together. And it's a great feeling with a lot of folks with one common goal, right? And that's to change the trajectory of our families, right? Pay bills and have fun doing it. So I just showed you real quick how we can day trade and how we can swing trade. Well, Brandon, I don't day trade. I own a business. I'm busy. I can't swing trade. But how can I invest? Hey, check this out. In 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to change this chart now to the weekly time frame, right? And what if I told you there was a very simplified way to come in over here, and this is over the last 4 years, right? You have $1,000. The S&P 500 averages about 10 or 12%. We'll just say 15%, right, over 4 years. Well, that means that your $1,000 would make about $150. It's actually less than that, but we'll just say 150 bucks. 153, 456. Your $1,000 is worth $1,600. That's cool, right? I mean, you still winning, but let me show you a way that we can outperform, right? And we're actually just going to, I'm going to start it right here. And we have $1,000, right? And we take a buy right here, and we put 500 bucks in the trade. It goes up a little bit. Oh, well, now it went against us. But this is an investment, so you got to hold it for sometimes months, right? But it's a good company that we do believe in. And here is another buy. So if we buy here 500 and buy 500 here, our cost average now comes right here. So now we have a total of $1,000 in the trade, and our cost average is 148, right? As price comes all the way up here to 240, right? You're up about 75%, give or take. So your 1K is 1750 over here, right? Now, you know what I'm about to tell you? You can sell out, right? You can sell out and bring, right? And bring 1K back to the thing for free, right? Your profits. And now you got $750 riding here. Well, as it comes up, I mean, you're still kind of flat. You're still at your 750, but you do have time in the market. And if we break this high, now you get another opportunity to invest, right? You see how that works? Or you can take your $1,000 and get another buy, right here, get another buy and put in 1,000. So now we have 1,750 right here, right? And now our average comes up to about about right here, about 160, give or take. We'll say, yeah, we'll just say 170, and it hits a high up here of we'll just say 250. So 170 and 250, that right there is $80. 80, 160, you're up 40%. So at this point up here, your $1,700 investment, we're just going to say is worth 2K, right? Sell out, let 1K ride, and bring 1K back to the account. So guess what? We now have our $1,000 we started with, and we have $1,000 for free in the market. Now we're going to come into something like everyone knows what Bitcoin is, right? And over the same 2-year cycle, right? We can start off back here, right? You can put in $1,000 over here, and you go from 36 up here to 54, right? That right there is about 50% ROI. So your 1K is $1,500. You know, I'm about to tell you, sell out, let $500 ride, and then bring 1K back to the pot. Then we get another buy here. So if we bought 1K here and we're buying 1K here, our cost average comes to about right there, which is $23. We'll just say 25. So at 50, right? At 50, our 1K down here is we bought $1,500 is worth 3K right there. Guess what? Sell out, let 1K ride, and now bring 2K back to the account, right? Then we get another buy right there, right? And we still got 1K in the market. Now what you can do is if you put another 1K in to keep 1K off on the side now you got what, 2K right here. You take 1K from that pot up there, add 1K. Now your cost average comes to about right here. 35. Guess what? At 70, right here, your 2K is worth 4K. You know, I'm about to tell you, sell out, bring 3K back. Now you got a pot of 4K. Your $1,000 is still riding. Up here, another 1,000 turns into 2,000. Sell out. You got 1K for free in the market. Now we have an account that has $5,000 in this. Guess what? In a 2-3 year cycle, we turned $1,000, right? And we got a $1,000 for free in Bitcoin right now, and $1,000 for free in Amazon, and we got $5,000 in our account. Now, when we get another opportunity with a different company, now we got 3 companies. Then we get 4 companies. Then we get 5 companies, and we can expedite, right, the probability or the growth over time. Smart investing, and that's the purpose of this. Is it 100%? Absolutely not. But we always outperform the hodlers, because if you put in 1K down here, right, and up here it's worth 2K. Now it's 1,500, 2K. Now it's $750. Now it's 2K. Now it's 3K. Now it's 4K. Now it's back down to 3K. Your 1K equals 3K if you just do the buy and hodl method. I just outperformed it, and my 1K is now worth $7,000 with $5,000 on the side. And that's smart investing right there. Anyway, if you're watching this, do me a favor, comment in the chats where you're watching this from. I love to see where you're watching it from. And if you like what you see, just comment beast mode in the comments, and I'll be sure to reach out to you, and I'll send you an invite to our free community, right? And I can share with you and show you trades that I'm looking at before I even take them, so you can see the power of our system. All right, that's my invite to you. So with that being said, happy Wednesday. You guys have a blessed one, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. So you guys have a good one. Beast mode out.